Hi guys, Mark here, and this is day 2 of options trading. Before we get into it, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor. Everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay, let's get into it. Before I give you my strike, I just want to tell you the time currently is 11:25, right? 1 p.m. is this line. If you watched yesterday's video, you would know all the lines that I have drawn here, except for these. These are just imbalance lines, but my strike lines are here and here. I'll show you the trade right now. It's currently in profit, but not too much profit. It should have hit take profit. I'll explain that in a second, but depending on how it goes the next 10 minutes or less, I will close this trade for whatever profit or loss it has. Right now it's $25 in profit, right? This top number is the profit, and this is the cost, or the credit, I should say, that I was getting. So let's go back to the chart and let's take a look at this. So what is our strike and why did we pick these strikes? This strike here was picked off based yesterday. We did not fill that gap, right? The CPI gap, which means we know 98% or 90+% of gaps get filled. That is a statistic that people have researched, not my research, but yeah. And as you could see, price did start going down. I believe I took the trade right around here when it kind of reversed up, because my idea was that it was probably going to head towards here but not reach here by the time I got out of the trade. However, this is going exactly what I didn't want it to do, right? So why didn't I want it to do this? Because if it kept going down, this strike here was further than this strike here, which means that getting in on this strike right now does more bad than good for me, because we're closer to this strike. Price was closer to this strike than it is to this strike. So if it had been going sideways, good for us. If it was slowly going down, good for us. If it was slowly going up, good for us. But as you could see, it sharply declined here. It had like 2 red candles out of like 10 or 12 green candles, which is not a good sign for us. Now, what made me want to exit this trade? Well, first of all, price has already tested the open, right? Now, the open here, this could be just like it's making a slight wick on the upside, and then it reversed, and it's going to continue reversing. However, the problem with this here, it testing here, is that if it had closed above this level, then I would expect price comes and retests the lows and then continues going up, which it could still do here. It's already 11:30. We're gonna be hitting lunch soon, lunch hours, which means it's going to slow down even more. But if it slows down but continues to gradually go up like this, then there's a very high probability that I'm going to end this in a loss by 1 p.m. So what I'm going to do in the next, let's say 5 minutes, is if I go on the higher time frame, you will see there was an imbalance created, right? And I need to see price close below this. What you heard was my think or swim hitting take profit. So I had a trade on think or swim, which is my bigger account. It has a higher take profit. Let's see what the profit is on this. It looks like it's about to be just break even. But on think or swim, I took a higher strike. So I took the 980, which obviously if I zoom out, you could see the 980 is all the way up here. So it has a very good chance that it stays below 980. That's why take profit was hit. But if I'm being honest with you guys, the reason why I am debating on getting out of this trade is because look at this imbalance, how it tested it twice but did not close below it. And I believe I marked it on the 3-minute, right? Yeah, so the 3-minute. It closed below it on the 3-minute but immediately bounced back. And on every higher time frame, so the 5-minute, it did not. The 10-minute, it hasn't closed below. In fact, it perfectly made a good hammer. And 15 minutes, it also has an imbalance that it did not close below. And lastly, if we go to the 30-minute, it does not have an imbalance. But if I zoom out of the chart, this is a very small candle compared to the previous. So this is an indecisive candle. It could go either way. And I'm hoping, which I don't know which direction it's going to go, but I am hoping that this indecisive candle shows that there is sellers above the open, and in this area that it will continue going down and probably test this area here or even further down, but we'll see what happens. It could just continue going up. In the next 5 minutes-ish, 4 minutes-ish, we want to see, if I go back to the 2-minute, we want to see more momentum on the downside. If we see it continue going up, we will exit this trade, and I believe we might exit it, and it's still in profit, but we might exit in a loss if it sharply shoots up. Right now we just need it to be either slow or drop. And yeah, so that explains the trade. I hope you guys learned something from it. If you don't, then you can ask me questions in the comment section and I will help you. So we have another 3-minute imbalance right here, which price looks like it's bouncing off of. Can I change the color of this? Let me see if I can. Okay, so I can't, I don't think, but yeah, so I can't, whatever. But I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so let's see what it does in the next, we'll say 5 minutes. It has 2 candles left of this, right? So it's about to open a new candle on the 3 minutes. So we'll see how the next 2 3-minute candles react at this imbalance, and we'll see if we should close the trade or not. Currently it's still at break even. Our strike, keep in mind, our strike is still a little bit away, but I don't want to hold this throughout lunch hour, because if it starts trending slowly upwards, it will hit my strike by 1 p.m. and I will end up losing. You know, I'll still end up losing, so I'd rather close the trade here around break even than wait to close it after for a loss. Understand? But as far as we can tell, it's going pretty decently. If the next candle ends red and ends below this level right here, where the imbalance started, then we'll hold this trade and we'll keep it going like that. So we'll take it probably candle to candle. It's just gonna sit here, break even, until we see a side get picked here. And if it keeps going sideways, we'll keep it on until probably like 12, because if it keeps going sideways by 12, we should hit take profit anyway. Okay, this is a good sign. But we need sharper moves. See, even little moves like that gives us 25, so that's half of our credit right there. Well, not half of our credit, but half of where we want to take profit. So that's what I'm saying, like, if it continues to just stay slow until 12, we should hit take profit regardless. But the faster it drops, the better it is for us, because it will hit take profit faster. Okay, there's a sharp move here, so we do have a nice move here. So what I'll do is, I'm not going to edit the order or exit the order, right? But I will replace the working order and we'll make it 120, which means we're taking a bigger credit on this, or a smaller credit, sorry. This is what we wanted to see. This is very good for us. And actually we may see how it goes. If it continues dropping on this candle here, we may increase that profit that we'll take back down. You know, we'll probably buy back at 115 instead of 120. As long as this candle here does not end. What was the 15-minute looking like? The 10-minute is looking decent. As long as this doesn't go back green, we're fine. And I'm gonna lower this. Okay, 15-minute. This is good. So as long as at 45, which is, it's 11:36 a.m. right now. If 45 closes below this level here, we're good. We'll keep the trade going. So let's see what it does. We're still in profit. I'll buy a lot. It's like half the credit that we want to take anyway. And we'll see. I hope you guys are learning something from this though. The reason why I started doing these videos was because I wanted to show people another way to make money other than just prop firms and regular Forex trading and all that stuff. Because some of you may be able to actually be profitable in options when you weren't profitable in Forex, or maybe you weren't profitable in crypto or stocks or prop firms, and options might be something that will be better for you in terms of managing emotions and all that. We would like to see it close the 15 below this area, just in case you didn't hear me say that, but this is the area here on, and if it doesn't, then we will probably exit this trade, or we will see what the first few minutes on the 3-minute does, and then we'll exit this trade, because we do not want to keep a trade going by 12 p.m. if it's bouncing off this imbalance right here, which would mean that there's a lot of buyers down here and they're getting their orders filled in here. Here's my position, and looks like we're going back to profit. I don't want it to automatically fill, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back down to 115. Okay. Let's go back to the chart. This is good, so it's breaking the low here, which is a good sign. If we go on this, maybe we'll go to the 3-minute. I was going to say 5-minute, but yeah, this is okay. We have about 5 more minutes in the 15-minute candle. So if we go to the 5 minutes, this candle is about to end. Okay, so this is the last 5 minutes, right? We finally got that close below here, right? And it also bounced off nicely on this imbalance, and on the 3-minute it did bounce nicely off the imbalance, so we're looking good right now. And this is just an easy way you can kind of day trade and not worry, day trade options and not worry about losing trades. You could still use the knowledge that you've gained over however long you've been trading to kind of help you or guide you in your trade, your current trade, even though I don't care whether price goes up and down. In this case, I would like it to go down because it was a little too close to my highest strike, but whether it goes up or down is irrelevant. As long as it just doesn't touch this level and doesn't touch this level, I'll make money. So I don't really care. Okay, so on a 15-minute, as long as price closes below this, we're still good. Our position is getting closer to our take profit. Also a good sign. So maybe you guys might have questions like, what will I do tomorrow? Well, it just depends on where market closes and where tomorrow opens. If we have a huge gap, I'll be looking to, if it's a huge gap up, then I'll be looking to increase this strike. If it's a gap down, then I will expect that price might try to fill this up, which means my strike on the higher side will be a little lower and the downside strike will be also a little lower to adjust for this big gap right here. Our position should be closing soon. As you can see, it's getting really close. Right here, you see it almost, it's in the area of our take profit. So this is a good sign right here. You'll hear a noise once this is filled. You'll hear like some noise, but as you can see right here, it's trying to fill. I do have 4 legs open, right? An Iron Condor is basically made of 4 legs, so you will, as soon as it hits the mid price, it's not going to take you out. It has to fill all of these at the same time. So it has to stay there or below for quite a bit. So it's still searching for orders to fill, but essentially it should be filling there. But yeah, we'll hear a noise. Let's look at the chart. Okay, so what are we doing now? It has this level of support. I will keep this trade open because I do believe it's, oh, as you can tell, it just made a noise, which means it filled. If I go to positions, it filled and we got, it didn't exit our buy side. I'm not sure why. Oh, it did. It just says 0 contracts. I'm not sure why it did that, but as you could see, the trade is over. I'm trying to see where I can show you guys. Oh, closed. There we go. Is it going to show? For some reason I can't show you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it hasn't completely filled. Well, it's completely filled. As you can see, I have no orders open, but it's not showing me everything. So you could see here the trade price, the P&L. It shouldn't be this right here. You should be looking at this. It was $55, right? This was the complete trade price, and this was my risk, but this was the profit I took out. I wasn't going to wait for it to fully lose $320. What was going to happen was I was going to, once price touched my strike up here, I was going to get out, which would have been like a $55 to $100 loss. So about a 1.1 or 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 risk reward ratio, which is not so bad considering its win rate. But that's pretty much all for the day, guys. That was our trade today, and I hope you guys learned something. I'll be back tomorrow or Monday, depending if I trade tomorrow or not. But I just wanted to show you guys that trade and kind of walk you through a live trade that I took. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, by the way. I am trying to take this $1,000 account to $10,000, and yeah, we're only making $50, $60 per trade, but on the bright side, that's almost 5% a day, and risking about between 8 and 10%. So yeah, we'll see how well it does. It has a very high win rate, so I don't mind risking, and because it's a smaller account, I don't mind risking that much. But yeah, I'm not telling you guys to do it. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. Anyways, have a good day, and I'll catch you guys later.